Well, hi guys. I thought I might go to the subject of what is it that I actually do, apart from what might seem like taking care of my snakes and thinking about my snakes. What else do I actually do, and what is a little bit about my life besides that? Well, the reality of it is, first and foremost, I am a mum of 4 adult children. I have 9 grandchildren in that. So, unfortunately, 5 of those grandchildren live down in Victoria, so I don't get to see very much of them at all. And the other 4 live really just around the corner. And I moved to Queensland when my youngest daughter was born, and I have 3 sons, older, and my youngest is a daughter. When she was born, and I moved up here because my parents were here and I wanted to be closer to them. So me and all my children moved up here, and then my 2 eldest decided to move back down and live within that country environment which they grew to really love and enjoy, having grown up there. My 2 youngest, well, especially my daughter doesn't remember, but my youngest son, he kind of remembers, but he was able to pretty much adjust to what I would consider my lifestyle now to be living in suburbia, which really wasn't my idea of living the way I wanted to live either, but sometimes life just does that and you've just got to go with the flow. So, of course, I will spin around because Jack is in Lily's enclosure at the present time. Lily vacated and is up on the hangout spot, but Jack's happy to stay in there at the moment. And I do all the normal stuff, such as shopping, cleaning, going to meetings, because I am a carer of children within the foster system on more of the high needs level. So that keeps me very, very busy. And yes, in between, I fit my snakes in, and they are my one. This is the part where they create that calm environment and space for me, hence why I have this room. And I will, even though you've probably got a very good idea of my room and the space I've made here, but basically, you know, I have my kitchen, my main lounge area, my dining area, which Miss Maya resides in, as you can see her there. Of course, she was in my room, but since having the bigger enclosures, I've had to switch it around. Tessa is also in here. No, I don't see them all the time as such, but I am regularly out here and checking on them and seeing that they're all okay and their temps are good and got fresh water and all that stuff that we need to do for our snakes. So yeah, the kitchen area. And then of course, this is my space, mine and my space snakes. Space snakes? No, they don't come from outer space. Snake space, guys. which it begins pretty much here, because this is Jessie's enclosure here, and of course there he is, and Jessie is still in shed. Can't be too far away, but yeah. So it begins here, and I can see Jessie in my lounge room here. I have an area where people can come and they can sit down and have a chat, if they're of course not afraid of my snakes. And most who come here are not, and are happy to be in this room. Of course, that little cupboard over there used to be around this way where Tessa and Amaya were, and Amaya has now moved on to Lily's enclosure. So I was able to swing that around and keep all my snake bits and pieces that I need there. I do have air conditioning in this room, even though I have a big air conditioning unit over there. As you can see, it does cool here, but sometimes not enough, and it gets rather warm, so I do need to flick that on. I also have a security camera so that I can, if I hear any bumps or thumps in the night, I can check and just have a look around the room. If I'm still not satisfied, which generally I'm not, I'll get up. So I sometimes wonder, why did I even bother? But it does come in handy if I'm outside and Lily is out and she's up on that hangout spot. I can have a view of that hangout spot and make sure she's there. Pretty much that's what I can do, and it's great, and it comes in handy. Of course, I have all my junk laying around, bits and pieces, files, books, you name it. And little Miss Apani resides here in this tub. Of course, I'm going to have to find a space for her, and I'm sure I will. I don't know where yet, but I will. And then, of course, I have my seating area, which I do a lot of video from this particular area. I also have 2 computers, which at times comes in so handy while I'm got a rendering of a video here. I can get on with doing other things on my other little laptop and keep going, basically. So this is where I hang out and chill out and yeah, sit back. I don't know where Jack's going, but he knows where he's going. But I can sit back and chill out and relax here, because there's Jack's enclosure, which as you can see is much bigger now. Jack's used to be here and Lily's used to be there, which currently they are waiting out here for me to do up ultimately for Jessie, and Jessie's will become Tessa's. She's got a little way to go, so I'm not in a real rush. So of course my guys love to climb up here. I also have this particular space, and I think my light's plugged in still. So yeah, that I made specifically for my little snakes like Maya and Tessa. Of course Apani will use it, but of course my big guys also use it. So it's come in handy for both, but it was pretty much put there for both of them, because this is where I can watch TV. I'm not a big TV fan, I think I've said that before, so occasionally it goes on for some series that I like to watch, but otherwise I don't even think about putting the TV on. I used to watch it a lot, but no, not so much anymore. So the guys can crawl across there, and then of course they have their hangout spot up here, which you've seen many times before, and I think that's where Jack is going. He's just knocking things down, nothing too major at all. that's where they like to hang out. Of course, I've built this contraption which Jack loves out of, well, and Lacey used to love it. Funny enough, my big snakes love up there. Lily goes on there, but nowhere near as much as what Jack will get up there and stay up there and be happy to hang in that particular area. And of course, this is now Lily's enclosure, and she's getting used to it, still letting me know maybe things aren't perfect for her, but she seems to be doing okay. And then, you know, I've got little Amaya who resides here, and I don't know if you'll see her because of the light, but she's down here in the corner. She's got a full belly. She just ate a couple of days ago, so she's nice and full. So the guys utilize this whole area. They do climb behind here and come along the back. I a lot of the time will have the jungle gym that I made sitting here, so that they will crawl down and then onto the jungle gym and then make their way to where they actually want to go. So then of course I have outdoor here, which I have cleaned, but we have these trees in my neighbours that just, I can go out the next day and they're back everywhere, and it is a bit of a mess. I've got stuff laying around everywhere that needs to be tidied up, but I will get there. I know I will before summer, even though right now it feels like it is well and truly summer. So starting from there and moving around and going up, of course, and down, and Jack's area, and all the way around. It's a bit messy, but hey, it's only me and my snakes in here more often than not anyway. All my bits and pieces that I need, and I'm not very good at putting things away, because if I need something I want it to be right there, and me not having to go into drawers and cupboards, and that's probably my worst fault that I have, is leaving things out that I want out to be accessible, actually, more than anything, and easily got to. And then just going around, as you can see, and my guys over there. So this is my home, which I've been fortunate enough to buy, so I can do all these wonderful things and set them up, and I know I'm not having to move and continually move, hence why, you know, I have 4 cats and 2 dogs and a duck and a fish and several snakes, and another one of course coming, which will be my rough scale when he or she gets here. So even though this was still about my snakes, this is where I spend my life, in my home, doing what we do, taking care of our homes, filling the cupboards with food, cooking the meals. So in between spending time with my snakes, those are the things I do. I try and catch up with friends and family in all of that as well, and it doesn't really leave for a lot of time, but then I call spending time with my snakes my time. That is my time. So it's not like I don't get my time, I do. busy, but that's what it is when you have a big family. So my life is very much my snakes, but I fit a lot of other things in. And when you're watching YouTube videos, you forget there are so many other things that exist in a person's life besides doing their videos and talking about their snakes and so forth. There is a whole lot more to us. So if there's anything you'd like to know about me, feel free to ask. I don't mind answering your questions at all. So I'm going to leave it with Jack, and I hope this video wasn't too boring because it didn't contain too much to do with snakes. Hey Jack, you looking for Lily? She's hiding up in the hangout spot, bud. She truly is. So, take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Take care of your snakes. And I will say ciao.